Loneliness. A constant feeling of isolation, even within the most crowded of places. Jealousy that other people can just smile and continue to make the best out of a bad situation, and yet my coping mechanism seems to constantly fail. Failure. It's a word that seems to dominate most of my thoughts.
A single moment in time, that's all it takes. I stop to think about what's happening in my life, and then the negativity creeps in in droves. Every small thing that I've ever done wrong in my life piles up into my head all at once. My family constantly remind me that when I was a little girl I was bubbly and smiley and happy-go-lucky. They don't seem to understand that these constant reminders actually make me feel worse, because I realise how much I've changed, and I know that I've lost touch with that little girl that used to be inside. But the harder I try to reconnect, the more it seems she's long gone. I try to make a new sense of me that's acceptable in the world, but I don't know what that is, and I don't know where to find her. And the black cloud that smothers me seems to get in the way of me finding her.
Inside myself, constantly looking for my own faults. I pick at them like they're a scab, constantly thinking about it. With each thought, the negativity escalates until it gets to a point where I can no longer hold it inside myself. So I cry. When I cry, people see that I'm upset. They make judgments. They don't realise that this is something I feel constantly. Just cannot hold it inside. Feel guilty for crying. I hate crying. But there's a point where I can no longer control myself or my emotions. All I can do is surrender to the blackness.
I stay away from social situations for fear that people will resent the fact that I'm there. For the very fact that my feeling miserable, and it may spread, and then it would be my fault if everyone's time was ruined.
I prepare for the fall before it happens. That's why when it does happen, it won't be so bad. But then I come across as being a negative person, and people can't stand to be around someone who's negative. It's my self-protection. If I was to get my hopes up and then it went all wrong, it'd be like jumping off a tall building. I smile for the sake of keeping up appearances. Inside I feel hollow, tired, lonely. Hollow because all I feel is sadness, loss. Feeling that no matter how hard I struggle and fight, I'll never win.
I feel guilty for being me. I feel sorry that I'm alive, like I'm a waste of a person, because I'm incapable of smiling and just getting on with things. I find it hard to make friends because I constantly feel like people shouldn't want to spend time with me. I feel like I should almost have a health warning that people should just stay away so I don't bring them down too. It takes a long time for me to trust people. I'm always afraid that if I let them too far into my mind, they'll walk away because they can't cope with the fact that I'm screwed up. So I build walls and barricades so people can't get too close to me. I don't think people understand how hard it is to remind yourself to breathe and to live, to push yourself to face a world outside of your room and it doesn't know what you're going through. So, I snap at people that I love. I push them away because I don't want them to deal with how I'm feeling. I don't want them to feel trapped. Thoughts and dreams come up in my mind of committing suicide, of hurting myself, of begging other people to hurt me, help me to escape. This is then followed by overwhelming guilt and fear. So then I cry. Not just because I'm sad, because I feel a disappointment, mainly within myself, for letting these thoughts overwhelm my head. I often look at people and wonder what they're thinking. I wonder if they too share the same negative thoughts that I myself have. I wonder if they've ever been struck by the same or similar cloud, and if somewhere inside it creates the same self-hating thoughts. I wonder if they struggle for acceptance from others and are unable to recognise it when they get it. Sometimes I think people do. They're just better at hiding it than me. Other times I think it's just me. And no matter how often I'm told that I'm not alone in thinking like this, still there is this feeling of being constantly alone.
Seems ironic to me that a book that's supposed to help can be read in a negative way. To some people, a book can be full of confidence, full of ideas that recovery is within reach. But yet to others, the same book can snatch away that last bit of hope, can pull away your future. You see, I was told that the longer and more I suffer, the worse it is, the less likely the recovery. But some people believe there's always a chance of recovery, of getting better, being better. I sometimes feel worse than these people try to help. Nobody quite knows. The longer I'm in the system, the more confusing it gets. You see, the brain's a grey area. People can pretend that they know exactly how to cure you. They can study, get pieces of paper that say they can cure you, but really they can't. Only I can make myself better. So I smile and I hide it. And I hope that by ignoring it, it'll go away. But it doesn't. It just kicks back even harder.
I find that I have to live my life day by day, even minute by minute, because that's all I can see. There's no big, bright, shining future, just occasional glimmers of light from a long, dark tunnel. Sometimes I think I found the end of the tunnel, but it just turns out it's a pocket, somewhere to be safe for a while. I rest in the pockets, but not for too long because they soon disappear. And when the safe pockets disappear, I know it's going to be hard for a while.